Big Local SW11 started more than 10 years ago.
The Economic Development Office had put in a bid for some funding for 3 of the deprived areas in Wandsworth. Latchmere won the bid, and we had Helen Garforth, who was allocated to us.
I remember going to the first ever consultation where Helen Garforth came and explained the project to the residents and local organisation. Anyone who wanted to be involved could just sign up.
I was among the dozen or so who actually put their hands up to say they would like to be part of a committee.
It was 2012 when we first started. We had our first meetings at Providence House.
And we had various consultation meetings.
And just different ways of trying to discover what ideas people wanted.
We did consultation with paper, online.
We created a website, a Twitter and a Facebook account to share information with our community.
We also tried to make it a little bit fun by having some activities for the children while the parents talked.
We had an event in York Gardens, Sacred Heart School,
where we had a barbecue, and then we were able to take down a survey.
That was the question: what would you do with £1 million in this community?
Then we had a couple of years of trying things out before we got our proper grant of £1 million.
We decided to do some quick wins, which were small grants given to smaller organisations in 2013.
We formed ourselves as a partnership where we floated ideas. Those people on that first committee from different circles, backgrounds, voluntary, statutory, I think that's been such an important thing.
We tried to find out and list all the priorities that people wanted.
And some of the ideas were a bit daft, but quite a lot of them formed a common theme. We grouped together ideas under certain titles such as achieving potential.
Later, we went on to small grants, which were a bit more substantial, if you like. All these things really helped us to focus on how to listen to the people who wanted the grants and how to distribute them.
And which included some big projects, such as a sort of employability project that we called Building Futures. That helped form a framework, and we experimented by various pilots. We gave funding to some regenerational work in the sheltered homes. We sponsored some pilot community fitness groups.
Unlike lots of other grants, we could decide what we thought was best. It was success because we could see what was happening in our community.
I think the most important thing of the Big Local experiment has been trying to bring people together
and collaborate with each other.
And at some point along the line, we had this phrase, Battersea together. The concept was different people meeting to share mutual concerns, to find common solutions.
The first Battersea Together event brought together residents and community organisations from all over Battersea to talk about how we could work together to improve the local neighbourhood by sharing power, sharing decision making and working together. The focus of that first meeting was to focus on isolation,
health, well-being, belonging, community. Falcon Road Heritage Festival, which started in 2016, was really a special co-owned, community-led way to celebrate the diversity, different organisations, different cultures and backgrounds. And originally it was stationed in different parts of Falcon Road.
One of the key important strategic decisions that Big Local made was that its engagement with communities should be lasting. There should be a legacy. And we put forward Battersea Alliance as a key part of that. It's part of our attempt to direct resources to strengthen support and build the autonomy of the communities in Battersea.
Youth Battersea I see as really a direct product of the Big Local and what has now become the Alliance, because it's about the relationships that have grown through that forum.
When COVID came, we were all in total shock. After lockdown, we decided to have a committee meeting online, and from this we decided we really needed to have a short-term funding, not knowing how long COVID was going to last for. So we formed the COVID Fund and formed a quick committee and application form,
where we gave funding to various community groups, not individuals, within the area so that they can help their local residents.
And we managed to get £50,000 to help the local population. The Alliance also match funded that and gave us another £50,000. We helped over 30 organisations. Examples would be Kambala, Waste Not Want Not Battersea, Power to Connect. Over 3,000 people were helped. We helped schools because they needed extra funding to deliver online sessions.
We all had to meet on Zoom.
Big Local created the Community and Belonging Forum online, so residents and organizations could stay connected and support each other.
The Community Belonging Forum is a collective of people who have come together to share their ideas of how they can make their community stronger. It's just so wonderful that so many people were invested in keeping the work going beyond Big Local, and the strategic thinking to enable the organisations to be properly supported and to grow so the work continues.
Jubilee, which was just after the pandemic, played a huge role to finally celebrate the big Queen's 70th year on reigning. We all started meeting back again.
In 2023, we launched the Battersea Community Festival, and it came out of the Falcon Road Festival because that's where it is. But we wanted to include the whole of Battersea to come along and be part of the festival and to celebrate all the wonderful community organisations and work that goes on in the community within Battersea. One of the greatest ideas was a parade running down Est Road towards Shillington Park, and it's a parade of school children. And the wonderful thing is to see on the stage local talent, because everyone that appears on that stage is from Battersea.
For me, the major thing that's come out of being one of the partners of the Battersea Alliance has been the cross-communication.
And what we saw is how much stronger we can be when we're working together. Keys House, Captain Low Settlement, Providence, St Peter's. Everyone's worked together to support each other, to support the community.
A lot of work gets done in the background. A lot of work and a lot of consideration gets put into the meetings that we have. We have been successful in obtaining additional funds to fund the grassroots organisations and the work that we do.
And we've actually had a couple of grants from Big Local. And it's nice to know that we're valued. We've also been able to link up with other community groups.
What we've managed to do in the 10 years is address some of the key issues of deprivation in this community.
It's made a big difference, I think, to our local community.
We did manage to magnify that £1 million by drawing in other funding and also enhance the money by the thousands of hours that were put in by volunteers. Without David as a coordinator and Shaline, we actually wouldn't have had the capacity. Volunteering and paid work is really quite an essential kind of combination.
We've helped organisations and communities who are able to then help their own communities themselves.
Today we celebrate what I believe is truly a transformative step for our community. The launch of the Battersea Together Community Investment Strategy, but also the Battersea Alliance Prospectus.
What we've achieved with £1 million over 10 years, we're asking you to imagine what you could achieve with more money over a longer period of time.
Rather than just treating people, it's about moving treatment to prevention. It's also about moving away from acute hospitals and delivering services in communities.
What that has shown us is that over the course of all of Battersea Alliance's investment, that looks like a sort of a total return on investment of about £2.6 million, which is a return of £5 to every £1 spent.
You need a lot more money to make an impact, but we've done a good little bit.
What the Big Local and the Alliance has done is to establish the rights of autonomous community-based organisations to look after their own self-interests. And we're looking now and striving to achieve a long-term sustainable investment plan for Battersea, and if this works, it can be rolled out across London and elsewhere.